Happy holiday, folks. Welcome to another video. This will be the last one before Christmas. I honestly don't believe I'll be posting on Christmas, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to see. But anyways, we have a little bit of ups and downs in the market, it seems. Everyone, including me, thought Bitcoin by Christmas Eve would be the best gift we could ever have. Honestly, it is still good. $96,000 is still a lot. But for someone who saw 108,000 last week, it is kind of disappointing to see it right now this way. But anyways, Bitcoin right now is at 95,782. Ethereum is at 3,336 as the time I'm recording this video. So let's take a look first at our spreads. If we start with the spreads right now and we go right here to the expired positions, we see that none of them went profitable. On the first one, we actually lost 50%. The rest of them, we lost 100%. If we go back here to the options and we scroll down, we have the Bitcoin for 2025 that is currently at 97%, and the one for Ethereum for 2025 is at 15%. We are going to close this today. I'm going to close this right here and lose 99% out of this one. I just don't want to have to deal with this anymore. I closed this position, so it should disappear soon. Yes, there we go. Now that we have that out of the way, we're going to be looking for some entries on Bitcoin and Ethereum. But nonetheless, let's take a look at some data first. We have right here the fear and greed, which is at 54. So finally it has dropped. People are starting to get a little bit scared. We dropped to the neutral zone, which people are neither fearful nor greedy. And Bitcoin's dominance, which actually touched the 60%, now has fallen back to the 57%. And the up was very bad for altcoins. Altcoins were melting up and down. Every altcoin was melting a lot. But when this correction started to happen and we got back to that 58, 57, we saw bottoms for Litecoin, for example. Ethereum also had a bottom at 3,100. So we saw some bottoms once the Bitcoin dominance slowed down. We can actually see that right here in the value. This is not in percentage, but in the value, we got 33.86 right here in Bitcoin's dominance, but it quickly slowed down and started to go back down. It retraced right here in the EMA 24, and then it tried to spike again, but it did a lower highs, and now it is seems to be going back down. We will have to see if it will close below the EMA 24. Meanwhile, Bitcoin right here is at 95,600, and we are trading right at the 200 EMA, which is usually a good indicator if you're looking at 4 hours, 1 day charts. These are very good for you to understand if it's going to hold, if it's going to be a support, a resistance, whatever. So right now we have to keep an eye at this price right here, not only because of the 200 EMA, but also because of the liquidations. If we look at the liquidations levels right now, we are very strong on both shorts and longs, but right around here, the 96 and 600, we have a lot of liquidations here waiting to happen on the short side. So if we start to see Bitcoin take these, especially because we have on 96,700, 96,900, $97,000. These could create a little cascade effect. Maybe we can go all the way to the 97,760, maybe 97,800. We have to wait because we almost touched it here. We almost touched it again. And now it seems that we're going to be looking down a little bit, but who knows? Maybe it's just a fake. We're not going to have enough volume, and then we're going to be looking up again. We're just going to have to wait and see how the market reacts. Monday will be a little bit slow, in my opinion. I think not much could be happening right now, especially not before the American stock market opens. So once Wall Street is in, maybe we'll see more volatility, but because of the holidays, maybe we won't see volatility until next year. We're just going to see a lot of green or red candles, but in the volume section, we will see less money because less people will be looking at charts throughout the holiday. Especially, for example, me, I'm not holding anything right now. No futures, options. I'm going to open some for this video. But other than that, I'm not doing much. I'm just enjoying the summer here. Maybe you are above the equator and it is snowing where you are. I kind of miss that because it is kind of weird to have a very hot Christmas, but that is what we have here in the southern hemisphere. So we take what we have. But anyways, let's take a look at the liquidations for the past 24 hours. We didn't see a lot. More longs were liquidated than shorts, but still 275 million is a very low number if you compare to a few days ago when we saw $1.4 billion liquidated. So there's a huge difference in that. We have a lot of 100x leverage, strong right here on the short side. They're right above the current price that we are. So we could be looking indeed at these prices right here, these options will get liquidated. And you see we have a strong cascade effect that maybe could go all the way to the 97,300 or maybe even higher as we approach this right here. So who knows? We have to keep an eye on those prices before we open anything crazy or any risky option. So if you're trying to do that, take a look at these, take a look at the price. If the price is looking like it's going to get this will create a cascade effect, at least at the 97,000, maybe 500, maybe $800,000. And this most likely will affect the Bitcoin dominance, that as it falls down, we might see it test the 200 EMA. I'm not sure, because these would be right here, low 50%. I don't think we'll get low 50% still in Q4. Maybe on Q1 when Trump gets in, we're going to see a huge spike in Bitcoin, and then maybe it will stagnate for a little bit, and that will give dominance to altcoins and meme coins and the rest of the market. This is my opinion, of course. It doesn't mean that it will be this way. But there's a lot of people that are still very scared, and this is reflecting in the Fear and Greed Index. We see a lot of people scared, and we see articles like this saying that we could go down 20k this week, maybe for a correction. We see on the weekly time frames that we have a bearish engulfing, and this makes people nervous. There is a possible correction all the way to the 74,000. This number, I think, if we have a correction, will be 88 and not the 74,000. But again, we cannot predict what the market will do. And then we have jobs data here, and last week's hawkish meeting for the Fed for 2025. We also lost on the weekly chart. We lost the weekly support that we had. So maybe we can see here a breakout that, again, I think will go towards the $88,000 and then test it, because the 200 moving average is going right next to the $87,000. So that is where I think we could be looking if this doesn't test again and holds above this support that we have on the weekly. So here we see a little bit more of what I was talking about. We have here a very strong, there was a resistance, now it could become a support at 90,700, and then right here at $87,000. So this could be the price that, honestly, if worst case scenario, this could be what we could be looking for. I necessarily don't agree with the 76, which would be right around here, because I think that will be too far-fetched for us to reach. But again, a 30% correction during bull runs is totally understandable, and we've seen that happen on previous cycles. So maybe I'm being too optimistic, as I try to be all the time, and instead of going to 88, we're gonna go past that. Maybe not all at once, but throughout the week we will have a downtrend that could bottom at 76, and then we could start rallying again with that. But that would be suffering for Bitcoin and altcoins and everything else. So I honestly don't want to see that happening. I just want to have a good Christmas and good New Year's Eve, going to 2025 with a strong Bitcoin. Here we have a projection with what we saw on next year's Bitcoin, which after projecting, you see we got a huge down right here, which could be that 30% correction that everyone was talking about, which will bring it close to the $76,000 here that was mentioned, and then all green from there, which would be Q1 of next year, which with Trump's election could make sense for us to see something that way. But below that, I don't think we'll go any further than that. And regarding amount of orders, if you look at order books and order blocks, we have huge orders for 80,000, and we have huge orders for the 115. So this doesn't give us any idea of who is going to get it first. We don't know if it's the 80 which is going to get first, or the 150 that is going to get out first. We just know that these are the strongest places right now, the strongest spots right now where these orders are placed at. There's a lot of volume right there at the 115 and the $80,000. These are blocks that are filled with orders for when the price of Bitcoin reaches these orders. Since Trump won the elections and it was announced, this has been the lowest we've seen in a couple of weeks now. If you go back to November 18th, we closed that week at $98,000. Then on November 25th, we closed that at 97, December 2, 100,000, December 9th, 104, and now December 16th, we're back below November 18th. We're almost at November 11th. So a little bit over a month regression just for the weekly correction that we see so far. And this because we opened at 104 and we got an all-time high of $108,000. So this is scary. We could indeed see a correction like a lot of people are predicting. So again, I would like to be very positive, and instead of thinking of a bottom of 76, I would like to maybe see a bottom of $88,000. So that being said, I'm just going to look at the charts right now a little bit, and decide which way I'm gonna go. If I'm gonna sell calls, most likely I will be selling calls right here, but very conservative. I would like to keep it very safe, and maybe we can even go with some earns right here and see what we have available. So let me fast forward a little bit and I can show you later what's gonna happen. So this is where we went for this week. So I sold December 27th on both, and both I sold calls. I do think Ethereum will correct a little bit above. Maybe with the Ethereum, I will have a little bit of a heat here. I will be holding some heat because I do think that Ethereum will go up. So on this one, I might be doing something risky here, but 3,600 call for Ethereum and 100K call for Bitcoin. This is by Friday. I got around 4 to 5% here with both, and we should be waiting to see how these options will play out by the end of the week. So anyways, even if I don't post, I will just share a screenshot and post it in the community tab here of the YouTube, so everyone that watches the video can know and see if these options went in my favor. So again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a jolly and a happy holidays with your family if you have, or even if you're alone. I hope you have a good rest of the year and that 2025 will be a fantastic year for all of us. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.